Human development chops continuous forests into isolated islands. This habitat fragmentation traps wildlife populations within these disconnected patches, making them highly vulnerable to starvation and environmental changes. To fight this, land managers use a Wildlife Management Plan, or WMP. A WMP is a detailed written roadmap that dictates exactly when and where to deploy habitat improvements to support long-term biodiversity. In the past, creating this plan meant relying entirely on clipboards and ground-level observations. Today, we map the entire landscape at once using Geographic Information Systems, or GIS, and remote sensing. GIS is a digital mapping framework for analyzing spatial data, and remote sensing involves gathering all of that data from satellites or aircraft. Combining these two technologies provides the necessary scale to design a conservation strategy that can actually protect a complex, shifting ecosystem. Step 1 is getting your framework on paper. You will start with a blank, regional WMP template, like this official wildlife tax valuation document, to organize your foundational objectives. Before analyzing any satellite data, you have to define a goal. A goal is your broad, long-term vision for the property, like restoring a mature forest ecosystem. In contrast, an objective is a strict, quantifiable milestone you must hit to achieve that broad goal. An example is maintaining a carrying capacity of exactly 1 deer per 20 acres. You must establish these specific numbers on paper first. Without a defined metric, the advanced spatial software we use will have no baseline target to measure its success against. Once your objectives are set, it is time to gather data. Remote sensing acts as our eyes in the sky, letting you evaluate vast stretches of land without having to walk every acre. We use open-source satellite data from programs like Landsat and Sentinel-2. They provide a continuous 30-meter resolution mapping of the Earth. By looking at this grid, you can instantly categorize distinct zones for water, healthy vegetation, and bare earth across your entire property. To understand the physical structure of that vegetation, we incorporate Lidar. Lidar is a laser scanning method that measures distances to the Earth. It adds a vertical dimension to our map, capturing the exact 3D height and density of the forest canopy. Relying on this high-resolution, property-wide baseline means you no longer have to guess about the physical layout of your land based on ground-level observations. Now we take that raw satellite data and feed it into our Geographic Information System. GIS acts as a centralized analytical hub, allowing us to merge spatial datasets into a single environment. The first step inside the software is stacking your environmental base layers. You take the topographic maps, combine them with soil types, and layer the vegetation indices right on top. Next, we introduce the biological data. Wildlife researchers use GPS telemetry, specifically tracking collars placed on animals, to record their precise, real-time movements across the terrain. Plotting those GPS coordinates directly over your stacked environmental layers exposes clear patterns. You can physically see how animals navigate around hidden environmental threats and pinpoint the exact zones they prefer for breeding and feeding. By stacking the physical landscape data with biological tracking, you translate raw satellite imagery into actionable ecological intelligence. With our data integrated, we move to computational modeling. Phase 1 is suitability modeling. Here, we define the specific biological criteria our target species requires, like dense shelter or a minimum distance away from human activity. We assign weights to these factors based on priority. For a sensitive predator, you might rank physical security from roads extremely high, while lowering the requirement for immediate water access. The software computes those criteria and scans the map, locating the most optimal habitat patches. Isolating animals in these optimal patches is not enough. They need to move. Migrating animals naturally seek out the path of least travel resistance between these safe zones. We call these pathways wildlife corridors. To map these routes, we use specialized corridor mapping tools to assign travel costs, or resistance values, to the landscape. A paved road represents a high travel cost, while dense, continuous brush represents a low cost. The mapping tool processes these resistance variables against the satellite imagery to calculate the safest route. It generates a continuous, low-resistance travel path that connects those isolated habitat blocks. Identifying and securing these specific patches and the corridors between them prevents population isolation, securing long-term genetic diversity across the whole region. Now that you have your digital map, it's time to execute the plan on the ground. You will divide your physical property into habitat management units, or HMUs, grouping areas by similar vegetation or soil types. You assign specific planned practices to each unit, like physical brush clearing or prescribed low-intensity burns to remove invasive species and reset soil nutrients. This implementation is governed by the core philosophy of adaptive management. It is a continuous, feedback-driven cycle. You plan the intervention, you monitor the results, and you adjust your future actions based on the data. By continuously updating your GIS with fresh remote sensing data, your management plan actively adapts to ongoing threats like climate change, rather than sitting on a shelf as an outdated paper document. Let's review the progress we've made. We have transitioned from making localized, generalized assumptions about the land to building a spatially explicit, landscape-scale conservation strategy. Your wildlife management plan now contains the exact geographic coordinates for high-value habitat patches, verified travel corridors, and the concrete baseline data needed to measure success. Integrating GIS and remote sensing elevates a standard government compliance form into a living, resilient engine for sustaining biodiversity. To build your own roadmap, download the blank WMP templates linked in the description below, initialize your GIS software, and start mapping your first environmental layer today.